And you know, I didn't realize how stupid people can be until I moved here to Michigan. I saw collectively the mentality of the people here of that city.
And how so? When you say stupid, what's your definition of stupid? Because I may have a different one.
Stupid, for example, when you willingly fight for destructive policies and principles, things that you know are destroying you, but because they're of the Democrat Party, you follow them willingly to your own peril, and you reject positive solutions because they do not come out of the back end of the golden donkey, because they Republicans or libertarians or whatever have a different mindset, and even there are some principles that they may agree with. Oh, that's Republican. Oh, and I don't know if you've ever been to Detroit.
Oh yeah, I've got relatives in Detroit, and
okay.
I remember. I'm old enough to remember
it.
When it was booming.
Okay.
You know.
It was booming.
Business-wise, I mean, it wasn't like New York or LA, but there was jobs. There were jobs.
Yeah.
So.
No, seriously though, it was at one time the wealthiest city on earth.
Yeah, California. Look at the history of California, where I live now, and you can't walk 10 miles without stepping in poo.
Yeah, and that blows my mind about California too. I hadn't been there since childhood. At least we'd go on vacations.
You'd be shocked.
California was one of those places you went, and I used to want to live in San Francisco because it was comfortable. It was so beautiful.
Beautiful.
But God have mercy.
You would be shocked. I don't, you haven't been there since childhood. I go maybe once every 4 or 5 months. And what I see in those 4 or 5 month increments is more shocking than the last time that I visited. So let me go back to something you just said. You said that it shocks you that black people will vote in the same manner that they have, knowing that these policies that they've been voting for don't help them. I contend that they don't know that those policies, that it's attributed to those policies, their lack of success, their misery, their anger. I don't know that they connect that up to the Democrat Party.
They do. And I've had conversations. I've gotten that out of some of them. They are more willing to give up success, especially if it came from the right side of the political aisle. They're more willing to give that up than to see America destroyed. They are so bitter, they are ensconced in bitterness, that they are more willing to see America destroyed, not caring if it destroys their quality of life, which it already is. If you're living in Detroit or whatever, it's already a destroyed quality of life. So you'd rather see the rest of the country brought down to that level rather than see yourself go up the ladder of success. And I didn't realize that people thought that way until I moved to Michigan. I lived in New York City. No people that I knew did not think like that. I've seen this country, for the most part, most people do not think like that, specifically. But moving here to Detroit, in the Detroit area, and people that were so embittered and so filled with hatred that, I mean, whether it's John Conyers, whom I had the displeasure of interviewing, I was able to get that out of him.
Wow.
I was able to get that out of, there's another guy, he's a minister, they call him Skip. This guy, he's a minister of the gospel, and prayerfully his name will come back to me. But it was a few years ago, we were involved with the University of Michigan. There was a battle going on there with a young lady, white gal, who was passed over by less qualified blacks. Mm-hmm. And she brought a lawsuit and all of that. Uh-huh. And so it turned into a big brouhaha, and I had to speak. It was a Senate subcommittee hearing and all of that. It just got nasty. And you saw all these people, and you had the television cameras and everything. This minister of the gospel walks up. I guess he knew not to come to me, but my friend that was next to me, he was a libertarian candidate for governor. He walks up to him and literally says, "I will come and rape your wife and destroy you." This is a minister of the gospel who is so embittered and filled with hatred against, whether it's the white man, Republicans, anything but the back end of the golden donkey. So that was one of the first incidents that I saw, and realizing just how deep and filled with hatred that these people have. And it's scary because these people breed, they teach their children this stuff, and they're multiplying and they're linking up with the illegals.
Oh,
We're coming here not to assimilate.
Right.
And this is some scary stuff. Then, at the same time, I don't know if you checked out that recent little discussion I was with the Fox 2 Detroit last weekend. And next to me was a representative, Abdul, he's a Muslim. And he had this black lackey with him. He was off stage, but this black lackey. And I'm thinking to myself, how in Sam Hill can a black person be in league with a Muslim? Because I see, I've had the displeasure of reading the Quran, and so I let him know this. This is off the air. The off-the-air discussion was actually better than what came on the air. Mm-hmm. And I let him know. I said, look, I've had the displeasure of reading your dirty book, and you've got this black lackey over here. And the guy heard, he was looking at me and said, you have this black lackey over here. You all hate black people. You all, in your Quran, in Surah 9:23, I believe, it says, blacks are not meant to be nothing but slaves, and we have no souls.
What was his response to that?
Well, he said, "You're disgusting." And of course, in the discussion, I said, "He must be your slave, one of your slaves, or something like that." I said, "He's just sitting there obediently looking."
But you do know that that's how the left tries to, and I think many of them do believe that that's who we are on the right. That we're just there to do the bidding of neo-Nazis. And so how do we come together with this thinking that each other is the hated ones and wrong? And I am concerned that each of us have our own set ideas about the other, and that we're not going to come together as a country to do the right thing for America. And I don't even think anymore that we believe that the right thing for America is we're on the same table, we're on the same page on that.
Well, we're in a civil war, and it comes down to who's going to win. I've given up on reaching a certain segment of the population, and I try to tell people, listen, just forget it. It's do or die time. Either we win or we lose, and I believe that we have the principles that can win. God is on the side of our principles anyway. We have to make sure that we're right with God. Mm-hmm. It's not about Him being on our side. It's us being on His side.
That's right.
And fighting on those principles. I learned the hard way. When I first came here, I was a little bit naive, thinking that, wow, this city's black dominated, because I never lived in a city that was black dominated. And because you always heard growing up, shoot, the white man was running on us, we would have all these problems, blah, blah, blah.
And now so there you are.
Coming to this place, thinking it's like, wow, Black Mecca, and it was the crappiest place I've ever been. So you immediately have to move outside of the city, to survive, because you're threatened. Because I moved here to be in the media, so once they found out my mindset for my own physical well-being, I had to move out of the city.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was so funny. WCHB, the black talk station there, they used to, my name and others, they said, we're gonna catch these brothers, and we're gonna have them when the revolution comes. He's gonna be one of the ones hanging from the lamppost. Wow. But I took it as a badge of honor, because they're idiots and they're never gonna do that anyway.
Right.
But and I started realizing back then, these people it's all they did, and there is no reaching some people. They're like political reprobates.
Right.
They're gone, and it's up for people like you and many others, and we have to unite to save this country and save ourselves. It's about rational self-interest, and there comes a point, even God says, you know what, I've given you over, and the others are going to defeat you, and this is where we're at. I mean, look at the hatred against Trump. Yeah. I've never seen anything. The closest thing that I saw when I first started out getting as a young guy, getting involved. Used to go to the youth rallies with Ronald Reagan and all that.
Uh-huh.
It's the closest that I've come to see the level of hatred. And even that wasn't as bad as what I see now.
No, I've said enough times to earn me a lot of money if I got paid for every time I had to say this. One is misery loves company. I've never seen anything feed upon itself like it is. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill and everyone's attaching itself to it. And the other thing is, Father, forgive them for they not know what they do. Because I cannot believe that if they knew the type of evil and the type of hatred that they were spreading, that they would actually do. If you try to get into a conversation with them about Trump, they really don't have any facts on their side. It's just evil. It's just evil attaching itself to evil.
I agree with you, and I used to think like that, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. But like I said, when I moved here, and when I learned from people like John Conyers and others, Swindle Anthony, we call him Swindle Anthony, he's the head of the local urban league here. These people know. Just like Ali Obama, they know.
Wow.
And so they know they're evil, and they are on the side of evil.
They're willingly, you're saying, they're willingly on the side of evil. And then I think there's useful idiots, like he's doing the good for women if they can just kill their babies at any point.